Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Let's Play Games podcast. This is August 28th, 2015. I'm your host, KJ48, and with me is co-owner of Kill Servers, Pam.
Hi there.
And we also have the newest addition to the Jean-Claude Van Damme fan club, Autumn. What's up, baby?
That was so funny. I'm sorry.
I made Autumn watch Bloodsport last night.
All I can say is that face
and it was
that booty.
Yeah, it was comedy. It was comedy gold. Like when I first watched like Bloodsport as a kid, you know, I thought it was pretty funny, and I was like, okay, but this is a pretty cool movie. And now, oh my god, it was hilarious. It was friggin' hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so Autumn enjoyed that very much.
I did.
Last week, I'm basically bringing Autumn into into the movie knowledge that I have with all the classics. We watched Jaws last week, and we also watched Deliverance.
I think the week before that we watched The Departed and something else, but
Did you watch all the Jaws movies?
No, God, just the good one, the first
just the good one.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we're gonna head right into what you've been playing. Pam, what have you been playing?
Some Factorio, which I know
Okay.
you have something to say about.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all. I've once again had a really busy week with family stuff, so I've been playing some Factorio. Well, I've played some Final Fantasy too, but not a lot. So that's all I've been.
Well, Factorio, could eat up a week. So.
Yeah, it does take some time out of your life.
Yesterday was Thursday, and I don't normally stream Thursday, and I just happened to have today off, so I said I'll stream for a couple hours, and I streamed till 3 in the morning. I played Factorio for almost 6 hours straight. So, yeah. What you been playing, sweetheart?
I really haven't had a lot of time to play games. When I do play games, it's Sims to record some videos. But while I've been at work, I've been playing this iOS game called Tap Quest.
Is that the one you were showing me earlier?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a pretty fun little iOS game, and it's totally free. So if you have like an iOS device, definitely worth the zero amount of dollars that you have to pay for it. So
That actually reminds me, I gotta get a... Has anyone in the chat, or any of you guys played the Fallout app? What is it, Fallout, Shelter or something? What's it called?
Yeah,
it's like a Fallout game for iPhone, and it sounds really cool. And I think I may get that. I keep forgetting. I was gonna download it the other day, but I was at work, and you actually need a Wi-Fi connection. So I'm not sure why, but
I don't know why, but somebody asked if I was pagan. No, I am not pagan.
pagan.
I don't know. I don't know
That's
why
weird.
they asked why I was pagan. So
That's weird.
I don't know.
All right, well, I've been playing Factorio. Like I said, I streamed Factorio for 6 hours last night. I played Factorio about a year ago, and it really grabbed me. The problem with Factorio is it's going to be for a lot of people is it is too in depth at some points. You got to really dive in. It's the same reason a lot of people didn't play Feed the Beast and Tekkit and Technic, because they just couldn't be. It's a time investment, a big time investment. And like I said, I played for 6 hours last night, and I recorded some videos today for it. I was going to record 2 videos. I ended up recording 5. And I'm very worried about it because you put those videos on YouTube, people are going to give you a lot of shit for not doing things the right way. And actually, I was giving myself a lot of shit for not doing things the right way. I would build an assembly line. For those of you who don't know, Factorio is it's a top-down isometric view game where you're playing one character, and you basically have to set up a factory. You use conveyor belts to move stuff around. Later on, you get trains, you get robots in the late game. But
All the logistics.
Yeah. But for the most part, for me, it was just so far it's just been conveyor belts. Someone's on their website, they had someone at the bottom, like a YouTuber quote, and I forget what the exact quote was, but it was something like, "Factorio is a blast. You basically use conveyor belts to shoot aliens," something like that. It was really funny. So yeah, but I'm into it, and I don't know how long I'll be into it for. If a lot of the time, the problem with that game is it's a lot of cuts. You start recording, and you're like, okay, I'm going to build this. And you start going up there, and you realize something else is in the way, or something needs to go somewhere else, and you're not quite sure how you want to do it. And for a YouTuber, you can't just sit there and go, You know, nobody wants to see that. So, you know, so you got to cut it. And like, I must have made like 6 or 7 cuts in a couple videos. But you know, you got to get all that boring stuff out of there. And I'm just a little nervous of people. Like I said to myself, that's got to go over there. And I built this whole thing. And then I said, oh wait, that should go over there. And it would have taken me a long time to tear it down and redo it. And it would have been really stupid. Because the setup I have right now, the only difference between the setup I have right now and the setup that I was going to do, or that I was going to tear everything down and redo, is the fact that the one I would have teared down and redo would have looked better. That's it. It was only looks. The setup that I had was, you know, fairly efficient. I mean, it was a good setup. Everything was where it was supposed to be. Stuff was getting made. Science was getting done. But I just wanted it to look better. And then I was like, I had to stop myself and say, no, you know, it's not exactly the way you want it to be, but you got to kind of just say, you got to say no at some point, or you'll never get past the early game. So,
the OCD factor.
Yeah, that game's really bad with OCD. So that's what I've been playing. So yeah. All right, guys, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we will have our this week's topics, which is going to be YouTube is now doing streaming. So we'll talk about that when we come back. See you then. Okay, guys, welcome back. And YouTube has started streaming service. Do you guys know anything about this, Pam?
I've watched some of the beta streams that they were doing some testing with. I don't know, you know, like all of the technology behind it, but I have been watching some of the test streams from it.
You haven't watched it because I think it launched like a couple days ago. You haven't watched it since then?
Did it launch on Wednesday, or is it launch next Wednesday?
No, it's definitely launched. Like
okay,
I was watching like a bunch of people, yeah.
Yeah, no, all I watched last week, I was watching test streams that people were doing, just the final testing. It looked decent. Comparable with Twitch. And I know one of the things that people are really hoping is that since a lot of people have subscribers on YouTube, that those subscribers will convert to live streaming viewers on YouTube.
Nope.
But I was just going to say that I don't, you know, one of the reasons people like YouTube is that they can go in and watch it when they want to watch it on their time frame. They're not, you know, and the reason they don't convert over to Twitch is because they don't like the scheduled stuff, and I just don't see it dragging a lot of subscribers into the whole streaming mode. But that's what they're hoping anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, when I went on, I thought I would just go on, and anyone on my sub list, on the people that I've subbed to, if they're live, it should show up. I had to go out of my way and add my subs to the list.
Oh, wow.
Like, why? And like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Autumn, have you had any experience with this?
I haven't really looked into it all that much. I haven't had a lot of time to. But I did see that I'm a Flying Midget was on there, but other than that, I don't know.
I forget who I was watching. I was watching somebody, but yeah, I mean, like, and then, like, I don't think anybody's getting paid for it either. You know?
Oh, they haven't monetized it?
Not that I mean, if they have, I don't know. I mean, like Twitch's monetization is all subs. I've talked about this before. I'm not allowed to say how much I make with all these things, but I can tell you the money I get from. I don't run ads on my streams for a reason, because the money you get from it is chump change. It's nothing. It's virtually nothing. So as far as Twitch, it's all about subs and donations and any product, you know, placement, any, like, you know, any deals you can cut with you know, people to, you know, have stuff on your, you know, advertisements basically. If YouTube can come in and pay you a fair wage, I mean, because I mean, well, I don't know what a fair wage is. Who knows? You know, if I get 200 people watching an ad, that's really not a lot. When my videos get, you know, 5,000. So yeah, I mean, maybe the money's just not there. I don't know, but I know I went back and read my Twitch contract, and as a Twitch partner, I'm not allowed to stream with YouTube. Now I don't know if that means I'm not allowed to partner with YouTube. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm partnered with YouTube anyway, so I guess I would make. I guess I would make money, but I'm not allowed to stream for YouTube. And I like the idea of streaming for YouTube, but if all of my subscribers are not automatically seeing my streams, then what the hell's the point?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But we
Yeah.
also have to consider that that it just launched, so maybe they'll tweak it some more as time progresses. So
That's true, but this seemed like a no-brainer. You know,
yeah.
there's two no-brainers for this. Your subs should automatically be included in. You need to show the subs of people like that you're live easily,
Right.
and not have it intrusive.
Yeah.
And you need to pay your streamers because, I mean, if I leave Twitch, I'm gonna lose 100 like 90 subscribers. You know, for
Right.
what? So I can go over to YouTube and make nothing. Like, you know, it's not like YouTube does it better. I mean, if YouTube did it better, then maybe, but you know, I mean,
Apparently, Cianra just said in the YouTube stream you can get a copyright warning during the stream.
Yeah, I heard that. And
Wow.
actually, I saw that in one of the test streams. It comes up right up across the screen. The
Whoa.
copyright warning.
wow.
Um,
Well, is that like what is that? Well, technically, there's two ways I can get a copyright on my videos. I can get a match third-party content, which is no big deal, or I can get a strike. What is that copyright?
well, of course, I don't know what the rules are on. I don't know how the rules work on YouTube, so I don't know what it meant. But I just know that the guy was streaming. He got to a cutscene with music on the game, and copyright warning came up, and muted the stream with the copyright warning printed across the screen.
Oh, so they
it
probably don't do
interrupted
anything.
video.
They probably don't do anything to your channel. They just mute you, kind of like the way
Right.
VODs are on Twitch.
Right.
Oh, so they're muting you live.
Right.
Then
YouTube, they're
YouTube,
interfering. They're interfering with your stream live. You get a copyright warning on your live stream.
then YouTube streaming is not gonna. It's not gonna.
It's not gonna
work.
It's not
It's
gonna
not gonna work.
improve.
They'll take that away pretty quickly. I'll bet they'll get a lot. They'll get a lot of pushback on that one.
That or nobody will use it.
It came up and said this is copywritten content. And so then I don't know what happens, whether if you go back and edit, you have to cut that out, or if when it's posted on YouTube, if it gets edited out, or what. But that's what happened. It did come up and mark it as copywritten content.
Well, you guys watching this on YouTube, if you know anything about this, let us know in the comments because I'm really curious about it. And I wasn't like saying, okay, there's two problems. There's a problem with YouTube, and they tried this before. They tried streaming before, and it was an absolute failure. It was ridiculous. And I saw what they tried to do. How long was that? Like a year ago or something?
Yeah, 18 months. 18
Yeah, I mean, anybody could put this together. I mean, I don't know the programming behind it, but I do know you go to Twitch, you copy what they did, and you put it on YouTube. This is not rocket science, you know. And what they did a year ago was a joke. Like I heard people couldn't even talk in the chats and stuff when it first like went live, and like all kinds of stupid things. And that copyright problem is going to be a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm in no hurry to leave Twitch. I just you know, it's streaming's fun. The interaction's really cool. It's just it's streaming is easier to do, but it's more of a time investment.
The thing with Twitch is versus YouTube is coming up from behind. Twitch has been doing this for a while. They worked out a lot of kinks. They worked out a lot of problems. They worked out dealing with things like copyright issues and stuff like that. Sure, they still have some maybe archaic rules. They still have some things people don't like. But they've been doing this for a while, and they've kind of, balanced out. YouTube is starting fresh, and they're going to have to go through all the growing pains that Twitch went through to do it their way, quote unquote. And so in a lot of ways, I feel like they're always going to be playing catch up. That doesn't mean that it's not a bad thing if you go join them early on, but it may be that YouTube is something that you need to wait on a little bit until it grows up a little bit.
That's what I think too.
Dexner in chat said they can give you an official warning on your channel. I don't know what that means.
Oh.
I have never gotten such thing on YouTube, so I don't know what that means. I don't know if that is a new thing, or if you mean a copyright strike, or if you mean a match third-party content. I don't know. It's probably not a match third-party content. It's probably, maybe it's just a new thing, like a new warning thing.
There may be a whole new warning system. I don't know.
But what happens if you get like hit with a whole bunch of different like third-party content stuff? Does that mean that you'll get like eventually a strike?
Getting hit with match third-party content means nothing.
Multiple.
At one point back in, I mean, this was like a couple years ago, so maybe they've changed. But a couple years ago, I had like 4 pages worth of match third-party content on my YouTube channel.
This is probably when they first adapted to the third-party content, though. So.
A copyright strike? They were probably. He said. Nah, I don't think it. Maybe. I mean, I don't think anybody's getting a copyright strike. The big YouTubers are not getting copyright strikes, and if they are, they'll fight it because that's a big deal. That like shuts down all your monetization. A copyright strike will shut down all monetization on your videos. The big YouTubers are not getting that. No way. And if they are, they're fighting it. You'll see videos like rage videos. If like some big YouTuber gets that, loses out on like the whatever thousands of dollars they're making a month, believe me, you'll know about it. It'll be big news.
The other question is, are they going to count? Is it going to impact your YouTube video channel if you do something wrong on your streaming channel, or are they going to treat them both separately, or they can combine them so that if you do something wrong in a stream, it hits your video channel?
It's gonna be combined, I guarantee you, because it's your channel.
I mean, I would much rather see, like if you mess up streaming, it hits your streams. It doesn't necessarily come out and mess with all the videos you had up for 3 years, or all the work you've done for 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of feel like if you mess up streaming, like, who cares? Like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna shut down your account. How could you mess up on streaming other than like streaming naked? I mean, you could play all the match third-party content stuff you want, or all the copyright stuff you want. All they're gonna do is edit out your VODs. Although I think movies are a big deal. I don't think you could show movies on stream.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. Like I remember seeing some people like they were gonna watch movies live, but they couldn't show. I know one person who does a podcast and they watch The Walking Dead and they watch it live, but they can't show it. They can only show their face and like talk,
right?
And they stuff like that. Well, I don't know. I just where do you think this YouTube streaming is going on them?
I don't think it. Like, I don't want to say that it's not going to last. I think Pam is right. It's going to go through all the growing pains that Twitch went through, and having to find their spot in the streaming service. And right now, I don't think if these copyright strikes or these third-party content stuff is going to happen, then I don't think it's going to last, because people want to do what they want to do, and they don't want to get repercussions for it. So,
what do you think, Pam?
Well, my biggest, I kind of really already said it, the whole idea of it having to go through, take the baby steps and having to go through all the painful parts of it. But my biggest problem with the whole copyright issue, which I can see being a big problem for YouTube streaming, is the fact that it does interrupt the stream. That I think that's going to get a whole lot of pushback. I don't know of any streamer that wants to have their broadcast monitored live and have somebody, whether it's a moderator or just something to flash on the screen or whatever, that interrupts their stream with a copyright warning.
Someone's at my door. We gotta pause this.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. So to wrap this up, as usual, copyrights ruining YouTube. I don't know why Twitch has no problems with this, but YouTube does. Twitch doesn't have copyright things coming across the screen when people are streaming. I don't do anything that's copywritten anyway, but if people want to play music and stuff, they do, and it's not really a big deal. Their VODs just get muted. So until they get that taken care of, it's not going to go. And they've also got to figure out a way to pay their content creators, because if they're going to pay people, like really pay them for advertising, then I could see some people switching over and just dealing with the copyright stuff and make sure that nothing's copywritten. If they're going to get paid just like on Twitch or maybe less, you know, there's no sub thing on your. No matter what, if you switch from Twitch to YouTube, you're missing out on subs. You can't partner on Twitch and stream on YouTube. So you're going to miss out on your subs no matter what. I 90 subs down the drain if I switch to YouTube right off the top. So I don't see it. I don't see it happening anytime soon. You guys have anything to say before we move on?
No. The only other thing I can see is the reason I don't think that whole copyright thing is going to last too long, at least I hope it doesn't, is I don't think they're doing it with live people. I don't think every stream gets a mod sitting in there waiting to push a button if it's something copywritten. And I mean, who in their right mind has everything in their head about copyright?
Wait a minute. Let me interrupt here. This isn't an automatic thing. This is mods sitting in the channels?
No. What I'm saying is I don't think it is. It's not a real person. It's some kind of technology.
Okay.
And you know how screwed up technology can get. So I can just, can you see streaming and all of a sudden having a bunch of copyright warnings coming across because the technology picked up on the wrong thing or thought one thing and it was another, and I can just see it being really, really screwy.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
To really ruin a whole stream, like you're sitting there and all of a sudden you're in a loop of copyright violations.
And then you just go to Twitch.
Yep.
Here's a link about it from YouTube. Oh. Hold on. Content ID claims on live streams and Hangouts on air. Content ID scans all live streams and Hangouts on air for third-party content. When Content ID identifies third-party content, a placeholder image may replace the live broadcast until Content ID no longer detects that third-party content. In some cases, it may terminate your live broadcast. Live streams and Hangouts on air can also be terminated if they receive a copyright strike or a community guideline strike. If your live stream or Hangout stops, the quickest way to confirm whether you have received either type of strike is to check your account standings. How can I tell if Content ID interrupted your live broadcast? Who cares? Made an error. Yeah, so this doesn't really tell me anything. This tells me all this
stuff. Except it is talking about copyright strikes as opposed to third-party IDs.
Well, it said live streams and Hangouts on air can also be terminated if they receive a... So you can get a copyright strike for your streams and Hangouts. This doesn't necessarily say that is going to happen. Basically, what this says is basically what people were just saying. A placeholder will go in the way, and it sounds like it's going to shut down your stream. So you'll know if your stream gets shut down. This sounds like a whole lot of ass. I'm just going to stick with Twitch, and that's that. I didn't have a lot of interest in it anyway, and now I have a lot less.
Can you imagine just saying something out loud that the technology thinks is a quote from something you shouldn't be quoting and puts copyright up on you?
That's stupid. That's
what I'm saying. I mean, the technology isn't perfect, so it can flip out on you.
Yeah, that and again, if you're already established, if you are a partner on Twitch, you're going to give up all your subs to go deal with that crap?
Or the fact that you worked how long to get partnered?
Not only that, but you worked that long to get partnered, but your YouTube channel... For me, my YouTube channel is way up here as far as importance, and Twitch is way down here. It's just the way it is. Twitch is second rate because they can't pay what YouTube pays. It's that simple, I'm trying to do this kind of as a living. I mean, I wouldn't quit my job for it because I can do both. But I would like to be able to take days. Like I'm off today. I took today off. Last night's stream, that 6-hour stream, would not have happened if I wasn't making money through this. Coming up is it Labor Day or Memorial Day? I forget which one's
Labor Day.
Labor Day's coming up.
Labor Day's coming up. I took Friday off as well as Monday because I can afford to, because of donations, because of, so it's not like I'm some greedy prick just saying, I gotta go where all the money is. No, this is allowing me to buy new things like, I don't know, all this gear around me, and, to buy a $2,500 computer and to, take these days off of work. I'm not just... taking the money and just, whatever, I'll do videos when I can. I put all that effort into it. So, it's not like we're just out for the money, but the money helps us make better content and take more time off of work for those of us that do work to make more content. And, I'm not going to give up, what I got on Twitch as far as subs go, and and go risk my YouTube channel for this bullshit. This is stupid. No, just no. Not gonna happen. You guys have anything to say before we move on?
No.
Go ahead.
I think I pretty much.
Okay, all right, guys. We're gonna take a break here. When we come back, we will have the interaction section. So we will see you then. All right, and welcome back. And we've got the Twitch interaction section now, where people on Twitch can ask questions. And we got one here from I'm not sure what that name is. FRSTR. I'm guessing Fister. I know it's not the Fister, but so in a previous stream, you said you played Demon's Souls. What did you think of it? I played Demon's Souls, Demon's Souls, which I thought was a really weird name, but the Demons was plural. But I played it on the PlayStation 3, and I loved it. I played it for 60, 70 hours, and I had a lot of fun with it. I eventually got bored of it and left it alone. I tried to get into Dark Souls, and I just couldn't do it. I don't know why. I guess it just passed. So, have you guys played in Demon's Souls games?
No, I haven't.
No?
I've watched Firecrow play them, but I haven't to play them to death. But I haven't played them myself.
Too rage-inducing. Can't do it.
It seems a little bit more of a dude game to me.
Yeah.
All I know is the rage associated with it. So.
Someone just asked, and I know this has nothing to do with the podcast, but someone just asked, when are you going to play games on stream? We're going to be doing the Twitch interaction section, then the YouTube interaction section, and then I'm going to go eat dinner, and then I'm going to come back an hour later, and we'll be playing then. I'll put up another announcement video for the next stream. So,
Oh.
What about what? Oh, go ahead.
Pam, didn't you want to talk about Fable really fast?
Oh, well, we'll do that later. I'm
We'll do
sorry,
that.
I didn't
Oh, wait.
give her.
Okay. Sorry.
I was supposed to do it before this section, but all right. Oh, what do you guys think about the series Fear the Walking Dead? No spoilers.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm holding my. So far, I'm interested. I'm waiting for another episode. It was interesting. It was good. I think it has promise. But I'm waiting to see where it goes with the next episode. I'm a little afraid. And this is hard because I'm basing this off of what they showed with coming episodes. I'm afraid it's going to be a little too much just kind of pat, almost too much like Walking Dead, early Walking Dead, and a lot of the problems with it. So, a lot of problems with the whole start, and very.
It's hard to talk about it without spoiling.
Yeah, very reminiscent of some of the Last Ship episodes and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like the actors. Not really crazy about the father guy, but I like the other actors. The son is an excellent actor.
Yeah.
He was really good because he's got a hard role, and I can't say why because that's a spoiler.
Yeah.
But he's got a really hard role to play, and he did it really, really well.
You know what he was from, right? What movie?
No, I don't remember what movie.
He was Tom Riddle in Harry Potter movies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You had told me that.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, but I was really impressed with him. The daughter was pretty good too. It kind of started out quickly, and then it slowed down a little bit, and then it got fast again. So I'm holding my breath, waiting for this week's episode to see a little bit more. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes from just one episode.
I thought it was really good. And I got a specific reason I want to say why it's really good, but I can't because it's a spoiler. It might be considered a minor spoiler, but it could be considered a spoiler. It was a spoiler for me. I didn't see it happening like that. So I won't spoil it for other people. But yeah, the actors are great. I actually liked the dad. He was in True Lies. He was the bad guy in True Lies. And I really and the woman is really great. She's been in everything.
Oh yeah,
she was great. She was in what was she in? She was in Sons of Anarchy. She was in Lost.
Didn't we find her in Orange is the Next Black?
Orange is the New Black? I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I thought we had.
No, she was in Justified. She's been all over the place. I'm glad she's getting a starring role because she's really good. And the son was phenomenal.
Oh,
the son was phenomenal. The daughter, a little stereotypical, teenage daughter. She was kind of aggravated me. And her boyfriend was kind of just like, I don't know, they were kind of...
The role is very stereotypical. I think she acted it well.
Oh, yeah, she acted fine. I didn't like her. You know, I mean...
And when I said I didn't like the father, it's not that I don't like him as an actor. I think he's a great actor. I don't like the way they kind of have him portrayed as too laid back. Is that the right word for it?
The dad?
Yeah.
The dad, I thought the dad was overly nice. I thought he was like a hero dad. Like, the dad, this is a spoiler, dad is having issues with one of his other kids. Okay? And I didn't understand why. Like, he seemed like really, he seemed really chill, man. Like, he seemed down to earth, and, you know, I just didn't understand that, and I thought it was really good. A lot of the people on the internet have been panning it, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm getting to the point where I don't even listen to reviewers anymore about anything, because they're all jackasses. Like, I don't like any of them. Like, they hate everything.
I think it's definitely worth watching. The premise is very interesting. It's not just it's not, you know, it's a prequel to Walking Dead, in a sense, and so it's not a spin-off of The Walking Dead. You know, if you're looking for another Rick Grimes, you're not going to get it, at least right now. But I really think it has promise. I'm really looking forward to this week and see which way it goes.
Ian, I'm seeing your thing. He has a suggestion for me for a time-lapse song, but I can't listen to it right now in the middle of a podcast, so it's okay, man. I see it. What would you give it? I mean, first episode, I mean, I'd give that like a 9 out of 10. Like, really, I really liked it.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I've got it all. I bought the whole season on Amazon Prime, and Autumn and I are gonna watch it over a friend's house. So we'll see what she thinks about it at a later date. Man, I missed some good questions now. I knew that would be a long one. Yeah, the kid does look a little bit like Johnny Depp. Yep, like a young Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he does.
Somebody asked, Doom Metal asked, how did you meet your wife?
Oh yeah, okay. I met her at my streams. She came to my streams.
Well, actually, I had a friend who used to come to your streams, and she told me about your streams, so I started coming to your streams, and then I ended up on your TeamSpeak, and then we started dating, and then we got married. That's it.
Yeah, she lived like a couple thousand miles away, and she was gonna move in with me, and her dad said, "Well, she's gonna move in with you. You're gonna marry her before," and I said, "Okay." So we got married.
That's it.
And it was the most unromantic like proposal ever. I was just like, "Hey, let's get married. Here's your ring. Let's go." And like, I think we were going to my job that day. Someone's bringing their mic. Yeah, I think we were going to my job that day. So
yeah,
it was pretty funny.
It was really early in the morning, but it was enough. But
Oh, okay, Mr. Mold. That was the one I wanted to say. My thoughts on the gunpowder nerf. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. The only nerf it really is for cooking stuff, because you were never getting more than 5 lumps from that stuff anyway. I mean, you used to way back in the day, but they nerfed that a while ago. Like, you started getting 5 lumps instead of 10, like, you know, a few weeks ago, I think. So I don't really have a problem with it. The fact that one lump gives you 1 gunpowder is ridiculous, and that's been. I think we talked about that last week. Actually, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't talk about that because it just came up this week.
Well, the Fun Pimps in their infinite wisdom are balancing stuff for the game right now that are coming out in Alpha 13, which they themselves has said is still a ways off.
But this creeped in. This was a.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
This was an Alpha 13 balance, but it creeped into an Alpha 12 update.
Yeah, they made it so. What?
Proverts. That's how I met Cage, but I'm not gonna marry him. Sorry, but I know that was a secret wish of yours. Sorry.
Well, here's the thing though. Like, you used to take one lump of gunpowder, 1 lump of clay. Not clay, Cage. 1 lump of potassium nitrate, 1 lump of coal, and get 10 gunpowder back. And then they nerfed it by times 10. Now you get 1. And like, And like Madmull himself said in one of the posts that you can just go back and fix it. It's easy to fix. And I'm like, well, why'd you change it if it's so easy to fix? Why wouldn't you wait? Why wouldn't you wait for the update or like maybe a week before the update and change it then? Like it doesn't make any sense. I went back and fixed it. It's not really a big deal. It just didn't make any sense to me. And like you think one gunpowder really is enough for a lot of your guns, but then forget about making TNT. Forget about making
Landmines.
Forget about any of that stuff. You're going to use it on your guns, and your guns are going to go quickly. Yeah. So, yeah. You see any other questions?
People are actually talking about TV series based on like video games and stuff like that. And I know they have like, I know there was a rumor for like The Legend of Zelda being on Netflix and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But people are saying like a TV series based on Ark would rock, and others like other TV series that are kind of like similar and stuff like that. So.
Matthew said, "What about Subnautica's new base parts?" I haven't looked into it, but I think on Subnautica's next big update, I might get back into it. All right. Anybody else got any questions? I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time here if you have any more questions. If not, we're going to get into our YouTube questions. You talked about one of your videos. I don't know, Kat.
Minecraft is going to be made into a movie.
Yeah, how do you make... But seriously, like think about this logically. How do you make any survival game into a movie? There's no story. I mean, like, Ark into a movie or a TV show? Like, okay, throw some people on an island, throw some dinosaurs. There's Ark. Like, that... I don't know, that doesn't really... It's not like the fact that it's Ark means anything for the TV show. Like, if you're going to make Zelda or something, Zelda has, like, deep lore, you could...
I could see them making The Forest into a movie, though.
How?
Because, like, they have that storyline of, like, of how you have to rescue your son and whatever.
Maybe I'm missing the storyline of Ark, but for me, the storyline of Ark is my kid got kidnapped, and I find pictures and toys. I don't know. I don't care about that kid, honestly, so I guess it doesn't really matter. On Imperium, what do you think of adding solar power cells? Geothermal power, lava, or hydroelectric power on an upcoming water planet. I love it. Add all of it. I know that's... The only thing is you have to add batteries on the same update.
Malone Beck said, I'm fairly new to the gaming world, which means I get a lot of hate for being a noob and asking a lot. Do you have any advice for 7 Days to Die?
Short answer, watch my videos. Long answer, don't be afraid to put the settings down. Start off on low. I mean, if you really don't like getting killed early, put it on peaceful and just learn the game if you want, and then put on the zombies later. You come into the game, the first thing you're going to want to do is have a stone axe. You're going to punch grass. You're going to punch these like bushes. They're kind of like black bushes, and they give you sticks. And then you're going to find stones on the ground. You pick up the stones. You just go ahead and make yourself an axe. Use that to get more grass, get more sticks, make a bow. I like the wooden club. You can make some wooden clubs. I would make like 3 of them and keep them on your hotbar until you find something better. And just, watch my videos. I mean, I know that sounds self-promoting, and maybe it is, but I usually, I usually should give you good advice, whether it's what to do or what not to do. Like, in my last 7 Days to Die series, or in this current 7 Days... Hold on, I'm talking. In the current 7 Days to Die series, even when I mess up, it gives you an idea of what not to do. Like, I lived underground, and on the first 7-day horde, I got killed. They dug down to me and killed me. Now you know. What's up?
I was going to recommend that they watch the Husband and Wife series, because that is a good starting point for new players.
That's true. And those are, like, my 7 Days to Die series go back 2 years. So you go back to like Alpha 2, Alpha 3. It's not really as relevant. But the Husband and Wife series started in Alpha 9, I want to say? Or Alpha 10, I don't know.
10.
Alpha 10, yeah.
Yeah, so that stuff's all up to date, and like it's me teaching her. So, definitely go check those out.
I learned to play the game basically on peaceful with the zombies turned off so that I could learn all the crafting and all of that. And it's still, if you're afraid, like, oh, it won't be scary enough or whatever, the first time around, even with the zombies off, it's still eerie. It really is. You're still looking over your shoulder. So don't be afraid to start with the zombies turned off just to get the hang of the crafting and all.
I guess my advice for that would be just to take things slow, as Pam said, turn down the difficulty. Play with a friend. Play with an experienced friend. So, that's all I got.
Yeah, it's all good. All good. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the YouTube interaction section now. So let's check it out. We had some other good questions there, guys, but we do have to move on. Okay, so we got. So you guys, those of you watching this on YouTube, what we do is we take questions or interesting comments from the week before. So if you guys have any questions or interesting comments, you put them in the comments section of this video, and we will, if we find ones we like, we will read them next week. Studios DB said, "What's your opinion on level loot in 7 Days to Die?" I think they've done it pretty well. I'm actually very happy with the way the level loot is working in 7 Days to Die. It really adds a nice part of progression to the game. Like you start out making faulty, it's really crap, then you're making poor. Once you get to yellow, you start getting excited, and then when you start making blue, it's really awesome, and I really love the progression for that. It really makes you care about your levels, and if you're going to care about your levels, you have to fight the 7-day hordes. You can, even if you have a base that can withstand the 7-day horde, you are doing yourself no favors by sitting inside. You need to get out there, and you need to try and kill the cops. I don't mean get out there. I don't mean like run around. I mean like, build a perch or something to kill things from with, whatever, any way you can kill them. Because if you can kill the cops and you can kill the special zombies, you're going to get mad levels. I think I'm coming up on like level 50 in my Let's Play. And like, I'm only on like day 35. You got to fight those hordes. And it really makes the levels mean a lot. And I really like the progression. What do you think, Pam?
Well, I was mistaken. I guess I was mistaken on what I thought he meant by the level loot. I thought he was talking about the fact that once the higher you get, the better loot you get, as opposed to the better things you make. And I do like that. I think that to a point. I think once again, you're making the end game easier and the starting game harder. I still believe that if you break into a store and break open a brand new crate that's just come from the warehouse, you have as much chance of getting a good pickaxe as you do of getting a bad pickaxe. I don't think it should be you reach in the box and get a bad pickaxe because you're level 2 and not level 15.
But don't you, like, I understand what you're saying and it's realistic, but don't you think that makes more sense for a gameplay perspective?
No, I don't. I think the fact that the stuff you make depends on your level. I agree with that totally. I think the stuff you find should be random as to how good it is. It shouldn't be like if you reach in the box and you're level 20, you get a blue. If I reach in the box and I'm level 2, I get crap weapon. In reality, I just don't think, once again, you're penalizing the beginning player too much. You're making it easier for the endgame player or the person who's been playing the game a long time, and you're making it harder on the starting player. I think that, not only is reality saying the good stuff should be in the unopened boxes, but I think from gameplay perspective, you should have a chance to be able to get a better weapon or a better tool.
Well, you do. It's just a very small chance.
Right, but I think it should be.
Like I've had a purple axe and a purple pickaxe on my game since I was level 20. So you definitely have a chance. But I understand what you're saying, and I understand from a realistic, real world, idea that makes sense. But you play MMOs, you play Final Fantasy. If you're level 2, you're not finding some level awesome 50 axe that you can use.
Right, and it still bothers me that and I understand why they do it. It's because of character level and everything else, and I totally understand why they do it and all of that. I just in an MMO, for some reason, it feels different in an MMO to have that happen. But in a game like Seven Days
Why?
to Die, I don't know. It's just me.
Okay, all right, okay.
It's just I guess because maybe the difference in the game or whatever, or in an MMO, I'm used to that happening or whatever. When I got involved with Seven Days to Die, it was very early on, and they were trying very, very hard at that point when it was being beat into us as testers and everything else to be. It was, reality was important. They wanted to stay as close to reality as possible and all of that. So now that they're getting away from it, it just bothers me a little bit.
Otto, what do you think?
I can agree with Pam with reaching into a box and finding like a faulty axe when you're, say, you're level 50 and you reach into a box. You're finding like a faulty axe. That I hate that.
Well, that doesn't happen. If you're level 50, you're gonna
No,
find
no,
stuff
no,
around
no,
your
no.
level.
I'm saying that, like, say, like, you're level 10 or whatever. You
Yeah,
should be able to
yeah.
have that chance of finding a purple axe and stuff like that.
Well, you do. It's just a very small chance.
Well, they should increase
Yeah.
that chance.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the reason why I hesitate to say it, but you're wrong. It's your opinion, and you're not really wrong, but I'll tell you why you're wrong. Because the
Stop
game...
saying you're wrong! Because we're not
I
wrong.
will baby, I will explain
No.
to you why you and Pam are 100% wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But no, here's why I don't agree. Because if you go find, let's say at level 2 you find that purple pickaxe. Now your levels don't mean anything. Like, you're not looking forward to like leveling up to make better pickaxes, right?
Well, see, this is where the whole idea about breakage came in, and my fix for all of this was repairing is too easy in this game. I don't think in 7 Days to Die you just go ahead and you grab a piece of metal and chunk it onto a tool and it repairs it. I think repair should be according to your level. I think if you're level 50 and you have a faulty pickaxe, if you repair it, you should be able to make it better. If you have a purple pickaxe and you're level 3 and you repair it, you're not going to be able to make it better because you haven't learned how to make pickaxes well. So, and we had talked about this months ago. It's like, you find a purple pickaxe and you go ahead at level 2, you go ahead and use it, but when it breaks, it breaks. You don't fix it.
How about if you how about if you find a purple pickaxe? Not only can you not break it, you can't fix it when it breaks, but it breaks. It degrades at double the rate.
I don't have a problem with that.
Because you're not using it properly.
I don't have a
you
problem
know.
with that.
Okay, I could live with that.
You don't have the skill to use it.
Or better yet, how about if you repair it? It goes down to the level that you repaired at, just like you made a new item.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Okay. I can go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn, would you be okay with that, baby?
I'm good with what Pam said, not with what you're saying.
Well, I'm agreeing with Pam.
I don't-
So now you don't know what to do.
No.
Oh my God, he's agreeing
I'm
with
only
Pam. What am I
agreeing
gonna
with
do?
Pam right now. I'm only agreeing with Pam right now.
But I'm agreeing with Pam too, so you're agreeing with me.
No.
Yay! We agree. We're on the same team.
Shut up.
See, because when you think about it in the real world, and I realize 7 Days to Die is not the real world; it's got zombies. I've heard the argument about 1,000 times, but in their attempt to hold kind of to things like realistic physics and other realistic things, if you walk into a hardware store that's not been looted, and you've got brand new pristine crates that have never been opened that came from the warehouse, unless this guy is buying from, Junk and Sons, most likely what's going to be in those boxes is going to be at least decent stuff. Maybe not top end tools, but at least, run of the mill, regular, a decent hammer, a decent spade, a decent whatever.
Would it fix your issues if they changed the prefabs to be open? Like maybe people did loot these places and they only left the faulty tools.
Yeah, now that's different. If it's
Yeah.
if it's an open box, if it's just sitting out on the counter, whatever, then it could be in any kind of condition, including worthless, including broken. But if it's To me, if it's in a crate that has not been opened, it's just come from the manufacturer, you should have a very good chance of getting a decent tool. Now, whether you can keep that tool in that condition or not is a whole different matter.
I'm sold, and I'm not a programmer, so I don't know how hard this would be for them to do. But you're right. Maybe when they spawn these stores, there's a percentage of it to be either broken into or pristine. Okay, and if it's pristine, it should have all purple items. They should all be purple because people wouldn't be selling half-assed items. They'd be selling the best. So you get the purple item. It degrades at double the rate, and if you repair it, it goes down to the quality level that matches you. Like if you're making yellow items and you repair the purple pickaxe, it's going to go down to a yellow pickaxe, fully repaired.
And I could even see where maybe breaking into a store, not everything would be purple because a store would necessarily buy different grades of things. Like you can go into an Ace Hardware and get a good hammer or a really fantastic hammer, depending on what price you're willing to pay.
How about you could have different levels of stores?
Yeah.
Maybe have working stiff tools is like maybe the lower grade, like the Walmart of tools, and then maybe you have something much nicer that maybe has a rarer spawn chance. Yeah. I mean, we should be developing games because I'm telling you, this is all really good ideas, and none of this has anything to do with what they're working on right now. Just a little bit of a rant. And I know they're working on a lot of different things. They're working on a lot of things we don't know about, but some of the things they're working on, I just don't give a crap about. I hate
that they're just trying to make the beginning harder and not doing anything about the end game. And I don't know why
they're doing that either. That doesn't make any sense to me.
You and I talked about this in the husband and wife series, where we talked about how difficult it is in the beginning of the game and how they should give you an antibiotic at the very beginning of the game because they give you food, water, and whatever. I don't care. Yeah, they should. They should either give you an antibiotic at the beginning of the game, or they should make infections only start on day 2 or 3, even. Because getting infected early game is the worst, and it's just a crapshoot. It's all luck and all chance, and it's way too much RNG in my mind.
See, my problem right now coming into Alpha 13 is the heavy-duty direction that 13 is, at least from the blog. I'm going by the blog, guys. Is putting in these HD graphics of the HD zombies. And my problem here is how many iterations of new zombies have we gone through? How many alphas have they put out that have been just new zombie models? I'm tired of new zombie models. Zombie models are fine.
Yeah.
I want the gameplay that goes around the zombies. I want some balancing acts. I want some stuff like that. Wait and put the high definition zombies with their new looks and their eyes that catch the firelight and reflect it back and everything else. Do that in beta. Right now I want to see some gameplay systems going in. I want to see some balance.
Okay, I was playing with Star Royal the other day, and this is why they're doing it, because of that crowd, which is the majority of the crowd. And Royal and Star got on, they were like, the first thing they said is before we were recording, they're like, this game looks like shit. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, yeah, something's messed up. They went through all their settings, they jacked up their settings. They spent 15 minutes doing this, trying to make the game look as good as they could. And then they just stood around and talked about how good it looked for 10 minutes, then we started recording. And that's the difference between the 38-year-old and the 18-year-old,
See, the thing about it is putting in high definition zombies with special facial features that you have to get really close to see anyway isn't going to make the graphics of the game overall that much better. It's not changing trees, it's not changing grass, it's not changing rocks, it's not changing buildings. It's just changing the bodies of the zombies. And what do you do to those zombies? You kill them. How long do you run around? Cage, when you're playing the game, do you sit in there and run around the zombies going, ooh, look at it. I can see the firelight reflecting in her eyes. Ooh, look at the detail in her shirt back. Oh, look,
I think it does add something, because when you're fighting the zombies, when you see that fire reflection in their eyes and when they look good, it makes it more visceral. Because I feel like when I'm playing the Forest, the cannibals look better than the zombies in 7 Days to Die, and I find myself getting more immersed in that because of that fact. The game world does look better. Now this is a voxel-based game compared to a regular game. It's not really fair, but
Right.
you know, it does. It looks better, and it does add to it. And even though you'll only see the fire reflecting in that zombie's eyes like for a second or two, it really does add something to it. But it's the law of diminishing returns. Like, give me gameplay. Like, why am I still using the same traps I've been using for like ever?
Right.
You know, like I don't get that. Like, I'm still using these friggin' spikes. You nerfed them. You put in gore blocks to fight them. It didn't work, so you nerfed them. Then you brought them back up. Gore blocks are still in the game. Like I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like I want more traps. That's my main concern, I guess.
You know, what happened to being able to, you know, I mean, and they nerfed other things like, you know, I want where it was headed back with, you know, plates you could put in the ground that would fall through and dump you on top of a landmine, and you know, the bear traps they talked about and stuff like that. I want to see that stuff coming in. I don't really care whether, you know, okay, now the kickback is going to be cool on the zombies. I admit that, and that supposedly is coming in on 13. But as to whether it's done on the HD zombies or the old zombies, I don't really care. What I do care about is some gameplay and some stuff we can use, and some content that kind of bulks the game up a little bit.
You know, stuff that actually makes sense, like focusing on while you're in alpha. And it's kind of, I know this was like a possible candidate for our topic. It's like getting burnt out on early access games. This is why I kind of get burnt out on these games, and I don't like playing them very much, because it doesn't seem like they want to focus on the gameplay mechanics so much, especially in 7 Days to Die.
And we know that 7 Days to Die is not going to leave us with crappy zombies forever. We know they've always worked on the zombies. They've done the whole mocap thing and everything else, and we know it's there. But it's also something that, you know, we've done how many iterations of, I mean, this is going to be the 4th iteration of zombie improvements. You know, give us some game improvements and wait and put the zombie improvements in later on.
I think the game improvements are going to be there, Pam. I just don't think they're talking about them. It was the same thing with Alpha, like Alpha 13. They were just talking about this or that, and like they put a lot of things in the update that they don't talk about. And
Right.
you know,
Well,
I think
see,
it's going to be a good update. I just don't think we're hearing about it.
My worry is that I saw the list of what all the developers are working on right now, and there wasn't a lot of, you know, like they're saying, like Andrew is doing Rick is doing this, Joel is doing this, so and so is doing this, so and so is doing that. This time, and usually you can glean a lot from what people are working on, but this time it didn't seem like we're getting that people are working on, one, a lot of content, two, a lot of real gameplay. There's some AI stuff going on and that sort of stuff, but not real gameplay passes and not real content. So you're not going to get more traps. You're probably not going to see much in the way of content. You may see some different, some of your content may look different graphically, but I don't think you're going to see new content.
They made a really good move with the feral zombies, and I want to see more stuff like that. Special, hard to kill zombies. Why can't make them bigger? Can they make them bigger? Is that a problem with programming, or
No.
make a double-sized like zombie? I mean, I don't care. Like, who knows? Maybe he mutated and he kept growing after he died. I don't care.
It's
Make something up.
It's how you build your model. You make the model twice as big. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Okay, we got to move on, or we'll be here forever. Okay, B8 Shot says Eden Star looks interesting. Cage, have you checked it out? Eden Star is that base building game with the where the monsters come down and like come at you in waves, right? Day-night cycle type game. Yeah, I did play that. It's pretty good, but it seemed a little light on content. Did you ever play that game, Autumn?
No.
Yeah, it's a good game. I suggest you guys check it out. If you want, check out my videos. Would I recommend buying it? I don't really know how much it is, but I probably wouldn't pay $20 for it. Although I haven't played it in a while, so they might have added some stuff. But
My understanding is that they've gone through some updates and added stuff. So
oh, okay. Well, I gotta check it out.
might be
Man.
worth a relook at this point.
For sure. Zoran, I find it odd how quickly he was talking about us comparing games to other games. I find it odd how quick everyone is to compare it Empyrean to Space Engineers and Starforge, both legitimate comparisons of gameplay and graphics, only for it to be followed with a frantic hand-waving and backpedaling as comparing games is suddenly wrong and unfair. I agree. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's a bit of shorthand. I kind of find it lazy, to be honest. Like, when I compare a game to another game, it's just because I'm being lazy. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Being like other games has never been a sin, and neither has been setting them side by side with their peers and giving fair and honest evaluation. It's a bit underdone for being Steam Early Access, needing at least 12 months of development, but so is The Forest. Now, I think he's talking about, I'm not sure if he's using that as an example or if he's talking about Empyrean. If he's saying Empyrean is underdone for Early Access, I wholeheartedly disagree.
Yeah.
When I first started playing Space Engineers, they didn't even have survival. It was just a building game. It was creative, you know?
All you had was creative mode. That was it. I mean, you could do nothing but create.
He said its weak points are poor graphics, which I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I think the graphics use a bit of a bump, but I don't think it's that bad. Animation, I don't think so. And sound quality, I mean, I think the sound's okay. I turned the music off, so I really can't speak about that. He said it has a solid engine and rarely crashes. There's nothing for anyone to apologize for, as long as the devs keep up their tender love and care the game needs. I wholeheartedly disagree. I don't think that game's too early. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, ooh, how do you say that name? I want to say Alicia, but someone else said it earlier. I saw this earlier today. How do you say that name?
Let me see.
I just put it in the chat.
I don't see it in the chat.
Oh, Alicia.
That's Alicia? I heard someone say it earlier, and like it sounded like something else. But
Alicia.
anyway, I'm not sure. It was actually a game for kicks.
Alicia. It's Alicia.
Okay.
Alicia.
Hello, Alicia. Anyway, you could play Civilization Beyond Earth. Good game. Okay, Civilization Beyond Earth. I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like that should have been an expansion pack. I expected more, and I don't like playing Civilization on other planets because I could relate to Earth. I could relate to ground, grasslands, and trees and stuff like that. You go on an alien planet, they're just like, it's just terrain that doesn't make any sense to me with weird names that I've never heard of. It just seems kind of random. And even if you take that out of the equation, all they did was copy and paste everything from Civilization. Instead of having happiness, you had health or something like that. Instead of having money, you had something else. They just did a 1-for-1 on everything. I thought it was very lazy, and I thought that they could have done better. Did either of you play that game, or?
I did, and I have to agree with you. My problem was I thought, oh well, they're going to build we're going to go into an alien civilization with, it's really going to be alien. It's not going to be just a rewrite of the human civilization and rewrite of human issues and everything else. And all it is it's Civilization just played with funnier looking characters. I mean, it's the same political problems, everything else, and I was expecting something different.
Yeah, Jed Pirate said it perfectly. Beyond Earth, the skin for Civ 5. Yeah, kind of. It kind of reminds me of. Yeah. Autumn, you never saw anyone play or anything? Yeah, you don't like this.
I mean, like, I saw you play it, but...
You played Civ with us for a while there. You were into Civ for a while.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right, so we got this. This is a really funny one. This is not a question. This is just really funny. This is a really funny comment. And their name is question mark. Just another hate comment, and they put hate in parentheses. And he goes, I hate it when you let other people bring you down. I hate how you think their opinion actually matters. I hate it when I go to your channel and I've already watched everything. I hate it when Autumn is not around. Except that you two are entertaining to watch together. I agree. I hate how you don't post any more RimWorld, though I get it. Although, with the latest patch, I think I just ran out of hate. I'm off to the local store to pick me up some more. Damn it, they were out. They only have love left. What's wrong with this world? Was that the end of it, or?
Yeah, I think that was the end.
Okay, so I have another thing from YouTube here, but I cut off the name, I guess. So I apologize, whoever this was, but I cut off their name. Damn it. That's going to bother me. Anyway, they said, interesting podcast, mystery person. I play limited games, limited by a graphics card, and I can't play 7 Days to Die, so I watched them played by yourself. But I do play Sky Cities, just about.
That was QW, Hardy Lordy Fuzzy.
Thank you very much. Just about, again, graphics card. Banished is pretty good. And Minecraft. And my kids keep telling me to upload a video to YouTube. So it sort of comes back to your comment that you initially wanted to video your games and review them, not review them, but watch them later, at a later stage. And that's the sort of thing I love to do, hardware permitting. And of course, allow my kids to see how I play these individual games online. Would I aim to include a lot of viewers? No. Great to hear you defend anyone uploading a game for whoever has the taste for watching it. If no one watches it, then so what? If your goal is to make money, then different ball game. Yeah, so he was just commenting on what we were talking about. Oh, my camera just went all blurry. He was just talking about like what we were talking about last week with YouTube content creation and stuff. And it would be weird, like for me to think of like if my mom like played games and recorded it and I could watch it. That would be so weird. I don't know what the hell she'd be playing, Pong or something, but still like yeah. My mom used to love The Legend of Zelda. The original Legend of Zelda, when I went out to school, she would play it and just grind rubies for me. So when I came home, I had like max rubies.
That's what I'm gonna do when we have kids. It's all gonna be like.
Oh, the kids won't even be able to get the controller out of your hand, baby.
I'm grinding rubies.
I'm grinding rubies.
Don't you kids want rubies? Now go do your homework.
That's all right. When you come home from school today, I'll have plenty of rubies for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, guys, we are really running. Oh my God, we're really running long here. I don't even know how long this is going to end up being. But Pam, you wanted to say something about?
Yeah, they had
Fable?
just announced with Fable. They're coming out with a new Fable. It's going to be cross-platform, PC and console, and it's going to be multiplayer cross-platform. So that's going to be interesting. I really haven't seen any trailers yet of it, but the Fable games are always good. I always enjoyed them, especially the Lost Chapters. And so I'm kind of looking forward to where they're going to go with this Fable, especially since it's going to be cross-platform.
It's going to be an MMO?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an MMO Fable game?
Yep.
Does Peter Molyneux have anything to do with it?
As far as I know, he does, yep.
I think all the Fable games sucked. And I don't have any faith in it if he has anything to do with it. He makes a lot of bold claims and gets a lot of hype going, but he's never delivered on anything I've seen. I mean, I played Fable 1 for like 5 minutes. I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever played. So I stopped. I played Fable 2 on the Xbox 360 for a couple of hours, and it was simplified and dumbed down and boring. And I never bothered with Fable 3. Have you ever played any of the Fables on them? Have you ever played them, Pam? Or
yes.
You like them all? Or?
Yes, I like them all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't like. One I wasn't crazy about.
Yeah.
It kind of left me ambivalent. But then Lost Chapters came out. I really loved Lost Chapters, and I take that back. I didn't play the one after Lost Chapters, but I really love Lost Chapters. So I'm kind of looking forward to where this might be going with them releasing it for both platforms and going cross-platform with it and making it a whole MMO thing. I know you're not MMO crazy, so.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I said I think I might try it because I think I remember looking at Fable at one point or another quite a few years back and thinking I want to play this, but just never got around to it. That or I didn't have the proper platform for it. So.
Pam, I find it funny that you think the big news is it's going to be cross-platform. I think the huge news is it's going to be an MMO.
Oh, really?
I mean, maybe that's not new. Was that already announced like a while ago?
That had been announced a while ago.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just behind on that. Yeah. So yeah, that's amazing that they're going to do it. I'm glad they're doing something new with it. So I hope it's going to be good, but I don't know. Did you guys have anything to say before we call it here? No?
No, I don't think so.
No, what are you guys going to do today? I'm going to stream after this. What do you think? Think that's a good idea?
I'm probably going to join you in your stream.
We're going to be playing some Forest tonight? Autumn, what are you going to be doing tonight? You going to watch the stream, going to bed, watching anime?
Probably going to watch some anime.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to go to sleep.
She's not
Okay.
gonna come watch me sit in the forest in the treehouse.
She might show up for a little while.
A little bit.
She might show up for a little while.
I do that.
All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for this. Do I have an outro for this? I don't think I ever did an outro for this. So that's gonna do it for this week on the Let's Play Games podcast, and we'll see you next week. Don't forget to leave those comments in the bottom for next week's video. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to get on the show, and we'll see you next time.
Take it
Bye,
easy.
guys.
Hey, you owe me 5 cents.
No, I don't.
That's copywritten.
No.